Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for inviting me to this conference. It was a pleasure to take part in this conference, although I cannot be in presence in Tanzania, but I am trying to take part in this conference through this video. The conference is entitled 30 Years of Experience in Biowaste, a separate collection in Catalonia. And I'm going to talk about strategies and outcomes. I am the Director of Strategic Planning of the Waste Agency of Catalonia. And my presentation will be about the biowaste that we produce every day at home or in the commerce, in the schools, in the restaurants, in the hotels, and how we can take profit, we can recover, we can recycle, we can use this waste as resource and transform it into compost, which is an interesting resource that we should use for fertilizing our soils. Okay, the presentation only to explain that biowaste is the most important part in the municipal waste composition in our countries. 36% of waste in weight, and that normally we consider it as a resource, and this is the way why we should avoid that the management of the biowaste, but also the municipal waste, goes into improper management, to uncontrolled landfill or incineration, because we have a lot of problems and impacts. On the other hand, we can choose the proper management, so we can reuse, we can recycle, we can recover this bio-waste, but also the other fractions, paper, glass, packaging, and so on. But I'm putting all the target, all the objective in bio-waste in this presentation. So we can use bio-waste to transform it into appreciated resources, compost or biogas, for instance. And this helps us to contribute to solve some environmental problems. And it's important because its use helps us to protect the soil and to reduce the impacts on the environment in general, water, soil, human health, air, to make this transition from linear economy to circular economy, and giving a sustainable use of these resources, compost or biogas. Only to tell that you could see that we have been working for more than 30 years. And it has been possible because we have learned from front-runners countries, Germany, Austria, Italy, and we have adapted some of their strategies. And now we are in good position in Catalonia, but we also try to share our experience, our knowledge with other countries. Last years, we have been working in cooperation with Bolivia, with Greece, with Lebanon, and much other countries, okay? When we started this long history, we had to answer those questions: why, what, who. And this is important, that those questions should be answered in each country, because the context could be different. In this case, we have legal reasons, we have environmental reasons and economic reasons. And for your knowledge, Catalonia, the Parliament of Catalonia, approved in year 93 the first law on waste that make compulsory the biowaste separate collection at such time, okay? We have used another important instrument that has been the economic taxation on waste management when the waste are sent to landfill or to incineration. I will explain with more detail. The what is very clear, but not all the same. All the countries understand for biowaste the same. We consider all plant, animal, origin, waste, fresh or cooked. this is important. It accounts in Catalonia about 1.2 million tons per year, which it means around 150 kilograms per person and per year. And we, of course, we try to avoid the mix or residual waste and to make separation at source of all fractions and, of course, also of biowaste. Who? Everybody, citizens at their home, but also all the commercial activities, which can be very important because they produce a high amount of biowaste, should make the separate collection of this biowaste. Then how to do it? Very clear. In Catalonia, we have a lot of experience. Some years ago, we make this system we call the use of small aerated or vented buckets and also compostable bags, which is the same. This is the main system, the best system in order to collect biowaste, because the bag will also decompose through a composting process, and we will have no problems of odor, smells, and so people feels comfortable and take part in the system. Then once we have collected biowaste at home, we can use the typical road container system, or we prefer, when possible, door-to-door collection, which have better performances in relation to the other system. And where to manage it? Okay, biological treatment through composting, or anaerobic digestion, or combination of both systems at all scales. This is the important. Those are the questions that probably could be answered in the same way. This is the picture that shows you the long travel that we have made starting in '93, where we have the law that make compulsory biowaste separate collection. In '96, we have the first experiences of separate collection of biowaste. But in 2000, we implemented the door-to-door system. In 2004, we have the landfill tax, and in 2008, the incineration tax. And now, since 2012, we are starting for introduction of fair tax, pay-as-you-throw system of bonification by participation, always taking in our mind that it's important to get quantity and quality of biowaste, both at the same time. And this is possible when we have the possibility of have co-responsibility, identify the user, the generator of the waste, have transparency, fair tax, and so on. And of course, optimizing the separate collection at technical, economical, and environmental level. Okay, the next one is to show you why we introduce, I'm sorry, because at the left part is in Spanish, I don't translate it into English, but I will explain you why we introduce the landfill tax. It was very easy to understand. At such time, when we started in 2004, recycling was more expensive than landfill, and this was not possible. And then, in addition to the treatment fee in landfill or incineration, we implement the landfill and incineration tax. We make more expensive the landfilling and incineration. In such a way, we are still today increasing in such a way that you will see we have now is more expensive landfill and incineration than recycling, than composting. The second reason is because we took part in a study made by European Union, and we could see that there is a good correlation between the overall cost of landfilling, the treatment fee plus the landfill tax, and the recycling rates. So the more expensive, the more recycling. It's very clear. And so Catalonia, which is here, if we should reach rates of recycling similar than Austria, Belgium, and Germany, we should increase the cost from 50 euros to more than 90, 100 euros for landfilling, okay? Which is the system that we are using. This is the evolution, only to see that we started with 10 euros for landfilling and 5 euros for incineration tax. And we have been increasing the tax rate. We have collected a lot of money that we refound in 96%. I will explain you later. And we are still increasing this landfill tax and incineration tax. But now let me show you the most interesting slide, is this one. When municipalities send residual waste to landfill or incineration, they pay the tax. And this tax in this moment is 65 euros per landfilling and 32 euros per incineration. And this tax is received by the waste agency, which I am representing. And last year we collected around 107 million euros, okay? Most countries in Europe and in other countries in the world use this money for their environmental purposes. But in Catalonia, a large part of this money is refunded to the municipalities. Why? Because when municipalities collect bio-waste and deliver bio-waste to composting or anaerobic digestion plants, they have a tax refund in relation on the quantity and the quality of bio-waste. So this is the sticks and carrots strategy. In this moment, it means receive 34 euros per ton for treatment, clean material without impurities, and maximum 54 euros per ton in concept of collection. Those criteria are modified each year and are reflected in a guide of tax reform criteria, which are approved between the Waste Agency of Catalonia and the municipalities. So in this moment, landfilling, if we take the average landfill fee, 52 euros, and the landfill tax, 65, the overall cost is 117 euros per ton, and incineration, 102 euros per ton. It has been very useful because only when we implemented landfill tax and incineration tax, we increased the number of municipalities that have implemented the separate collection of bio-waste. And this has also allowed us to have a quality control system, universal quality control system that we apply to all Catalan municipalities. We have 650 circuits of collection of bio-waste, public or private. We make at least one control every 3 months. And so we have a lot of information. It's a public information, which you can get this information in this link. You can see here a report with the numbers, with the pictures, and we show what is right and what is wrong. And we show that impurities should not be present in the bio-waste because this makes contamination in the bio-waste and for sure in the compost. And we have to remove these impurities, and this is costly, and this has an impact. So we also work the amount of food wastage that in this moment accounts around 10%, and we have to work to reduce this food that is wasted. Okay, so this is important. You can see here the evolution of the impurities. We are improving a long time. And then you can see on average all the data we have that the most important fraction is plastic. And we have to remove those impurities. In average now is 7.5% in the all bio-waste collection. But we know that when we remove those impurities, we are losing a part of this bio-waste due to the dragging effect. And it's a pity. Okay, so we are working and trying to improve the quality. This is the picture that shows you the map of Catalonia and all the Catalan municipalities that have implemented door-to-door collection in green, totally, in blue, partially, in red, totally, but in addition, they have implemented fair tax, and in yellow are those that are going to implement this system. And the outcomes are spectacular. You can see here that we collect 2.5 times more bio-waste in comparison with raw container, but also 20% more of paper, 50% more glass, 100% more of packaging. And for residual waste, we reduce 2.4 times the generation. Those that are in kilogram per net per year, those refers to quantity. And for quality, the quality is much better. 3 times less impurities in those door-to-door collection systems. Okay, This is a very quick picture where we show that even we are on average at 47% of separate collection, which range between 25 to 85%. There are municipalities and regions that reach 70 and 80% of separate collection. In fact, we are at 41 recycling rate. And the European Commission has mandated that we have to reach 65%. We have to increase from 41 to 65% of recycling in 2035. At the same time, we have to reduce the current 31% to 10% maximum of waste that are going to landfill. And it only is possible if we have more separate collection, more quality in this separate collection, that all waste could be pre-treated previously to landfill and incineration through a mechanical biological treatment, and those plants could be more efficiency with better performances. This is the way we know we're working on those. Okay. And last but not least, only to share with you, the main challenge we are facing in Catalonia, but in most countries in Europe, is to advance in an efficient separate collection system in large cities and also in high density municipalities in order to achieve the European targets. Otherwise, it's not possible to get the European targets. The second is that all municipalities should apply a fair tax in order to encourage better municipal waste management. If people are taking part in the system, are doing good job, they should pay for less. And at the other side, if they are not taking part in the system, they have to pay for more. The third one is we have to keep improving the quality of bio-waste, always promoting the separate collection of with compostable bag and achieving less than 5% of impurities. The fourth one is that we have to increase in Catalonia the capacity of treatment, around 400,000 tons more of bio-waste treatment capacity. We have in this moment 500,000 tons, so we have to increase. And when possible, with a decentralized management view. And last but not least, we have to face the appearance of biodegradable compostable materials and products, packaging or not, in the joint collection and treatment of bio-waste. We suggest to reduce these single-use products, and only in some cases, when really they are interesting, they could be compostable. Otherwise, we should avoid it. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for your attention. You can get more information through to the social network. And if you have some questions, please allow me to receive those questions. We will try to answer you. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.